Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're going to be doing a bit of a fun one and we're going to be going through my top 10 things you may not have known about the game. Now keep in mind, if you've been playing for over a year, you've probably picked up all these things, but it's just a list of things that I didn't know originally in the game, and some newer players, some of these might even help them out, so let's get into it. Just quickly before we do get into this video, guys, I wanted to do the giveaway winner for the 90,000 sub giveaway. So this was the video. If we scroll down, we had 1.92k comments. So we're just going to go ahead and copy this one, pop it over here into random comment picker, filter duplicates because multiple comments don't give multiple entries, and then we'll get the YouTube comments. Yeah, we'll be back in a minute because this normally takes a little bit. Okay, there we go. 1789 unique comments. Let's go down here. I'll get my head out of the way because I always have it in the way, and we'll go find a winner. Mateo, I think that's how we say it. Angel Alberto best comp. Well, there you go, dude. Grats on winning. Just edit that comment with a Discord ID or an email address so that I know it's you. And then go over to my Discord and DM Gwyneth, which is like my mod bot, so that we will be able to see it and know that you've changed it. And then I'll contact you and get you your reward. Everyone else, better luck next time. Now let's get into the video. Okay, so the first one is a newish sort of feature that came in not too long ago. I can't remember exactly which update it came in, but when you go into a battle, you'll see above my two teams here, there's this little eye. If you click on that eye, you will see the artifacts that your team has equipped. Now on top of that, if you're over in the arena and you jump into a battle and you want to check what your enemy's artifacts are, you can click this eye and it will show you your enemy's artifacts as well. Really handy for seeing who has Jura's Call is the main one I keep an eye out for, because you know that they're going to be a little bit faster with their abilities at the start, so you can work on countering things like that. That's the main thing I normally look for when I'm using this, but it's a really nice feature to be able to get an insight into your enemy's team, and also if you're just looking for a quick check of how you had your team made up. The next one I want to talk about is haste. So if you look at the haste of your heroes, it can actually affect how fast they use their abilities. That's why in the previous one I said I look to see who's got Jura's Call, because it not only does it generate energy, it also gives you a base haste increase, which allows you to act a little bit faster. So if both teams have the exact same team, but one of the heroes on one team has Jura's Call, it will actually act a little bit faster than the enemy team, allowing them to get CC landed first and give you a bit of an advantage. On top of that, haste can also actually modify the turn order of a hero. One that comes to mind for me is Iron. Iron in the very early game when he has very low haste, and he's very poorly geared and stuff, he will actually use a basic attack. If you put him in the front row, he will run in and use a basic attack before doing his vortex that sucks in the enemies. Whereas once he gets a little bit of haste, he's actually going to do the vortex before he does an auto attack, which is really helpful. I know there's other heroes. I'm pretty sure that Numisu, the totem dude, he has a turn order change at a haste limit, where he'll go ahead and buff his allies sooner. So haste is a very important stat in the game and something to keep an eye on. Next up, I wanted to talk about signature items. So signature items, everyone focuses on the 10, 20 and 30 upgrades because that's when you do unlock the new abilities, and that's where they are fantastic. However, every 5 levels, being 5, 15, 25, you get a bonus stat which can be really nice. For instance, on my Wukong here, he's at 14. As you can see, if I upgrade him to 15, he's going to get accuracy. Now accuracy isn't huge. Some will get other stats like dodge and stuff like that. One that's really important to keep an eye out for, touching on the last topic of haste, is ones that have haste. So as you can see, my Tassie here is at 15. I don't have endless resources to dump into my heroes, so getting Tassie to 15 and saving the rest and not quite pushing her up to 20 has given me extra haste on her. Something that has CC, like I said, you can actually CC faster with the more haste that you have. Tassie has the banish at the start of the battle, so you really want to get that as fast as possible. So getting that little 5 investment into Tassie really does help for me there. Another one that I like talking about with that that is also Gwyneth. As you can see, mine is only at 20. I'm just really hard on the resources above 20, but as you can see, Gwyneth does have a haste there, and if I get her to 25, she will get more haste, and haste is Gwyneth's main stat because she wants to use those auto attacks as fast as possible. So just keep in mind, if you're struggling for resources, sometimes just getting a hero to 15 if they're level 20 isn't the most game-changing thing, can be very valuable anyway. Next up is going to be a feature that I've used in a few videos, so most people may have seen it, but this took me a long time to realize in the game. I was playing this for ages before I realized. But if you go to your friends, you can actually battle them with their set teams. I did not know this for so long. It's very simple. It's very obvious once you look at it. But this little battle symbol next to their name, you can just click that, and then you can go ahead in and battle your friends as much as you want. So we can just go here. We can make a little team because I don't want to lose. So we're going to put a half decent team in that hopefully we can go ahead and win with. We'll put you in there. And I can't remember the last member of my team. We'll put Alberto, and we'll see what we can do here. And as you can see, you can go ahead and duel your friends like that. And it's really good for testing teams and stuff like that. If you have a friend who's around your level, really good for testing out some teams if you're trying to push in PvP a little bit and just testing out synergies. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Unfortunately, it doesn't save your team, so you got to re-enter the whole team. So the best way to do that is through formations. So you can build a team, go formations, and hit the star up the top here to save the formation, and that will get you sorted for formations. The next one that we're going to look at is over here in the Noble Tavern, and this is a little Easter egg that they put in a long time ago before Solus came out, and they've had more of them as we go, and I think it looks like there are some ongoing at the moment. But if you tap Dolly here, she will eventually give you some weird things. So as you can see, my screen resolution's weird, but there's sounds have been heard emitting from deep within the arcane labyrinth. Many adventurers have been drawn to the labyrinth. If you decide to go with them, I wish you all the best. Now, I think this is referring to a change that's coming in the labyrinth. We have this one. Elements are out of control again. The elders say that a tornado is sweeping up everything in its path. I really hope someone can bring it under control. Sounds like a little bit of something could be happening. And then this one here, folk are talking about a cunning demon that seems to be making its way around Asperia. Many people have already fallen victim to his nefarious tricks. If you run into him, be careful. I don't know if these ones are leaks. I feel like the labyrinth one is, but like I said, Solus, there was one before, like long before, like a couple months before she came into the game, where she was talking about a nine-tailed fox. There was one for I think it was the creepy hand lady, which I can't remember her name at the moment, Theowen. There was one for Theowen before she came into the game as well. So just a really interesting Easter egg that if every once in a while you come back and you tap Dolly a few times, she might have a little secret for you guys. Similarly to the Dolly one, this one's more of a functional thing. So as you progress in campaign, your rewards in the shops are going to get better. But you can actually tap on the merchant in the shop. And if we tap on him here, I'll have to jump over to my test server account. So if we go ahead and jump over there now, I go over to the merchant. And if I tap on him, it'll say complete stage 2560 to refresh the store and discover better equipment. So basically, once you reach that stage, the next refresh of the store will give you better equipment. Guild store is the same. As you can see, complete 2560 and refresh the store to discover better equipment. Now, you can always just Google online when you get certain rewards in this sort of stuff. But hey, it's a cool little feature to know, okay, that's my next breakpoint. I can see what's coming. Just a handy little trick to do, because you do start seeing the Poe coins, you can start seeing the gold emblems down the bottom here, and you do start getting upgraded amounts of dust that you can get. So yeah, just a little interesting one there. Next up, we just have a fun little one that I enjoyed when I saw over here at the Oak Inn. You can see that Strilda is going to dismount off her horse when she's at the inn, so you can actually see how she walks. It's a little bit stiff, and you can see the horse cruising around by itself. On top of that, we do also have the other hero who is always mounted up that you can finally see on a dismount, and that is going to be Leica over here. You can see Leica actually does get off of the deer and walk around. The deer looks really funny without Leica on it. I don't know what it is. It just looks really funny. But there's you go. If you want to see them not riding their horse and deer, it happens in the end. Okay, so up next, for newer players, we've been having a lot of dimensionals come in the game, which you're going to have to, if you're free to play, exchange with in-game currencies. Now, the thing about these dimensionals is you can actually get their upgrade stones over here in the Labyrinth store. However, you do have to buy the Arthur 4 times from the Labyrinth store to be able to summon him, and once you do have him summoned, you can buy the upgrade stones for signature items of dimensionals, which will get them from 20 to 30 or 40 if you want to go that far. Just keep in mind you do have to get Arthur first, so it's a bit frustrating that they keep introducing all the dimensionals that you do need to use Labyrinth coins for, so you can't actually get the Arthur. But eventually, if you do want to upgrade them all, hopefully they give us a little window to go ahead and get some Arthur copies so that you can get these. As you can see over here on my test server, if we jump into the store here on the Labyrinth, due to the fact that I haven't got Arthur yet, I've still got him there. As you can see, we can buy the 15 pieces, so we need to buy that 4 times to obtain him and summon him, and then we will start getting those upgrade stones. The next one is going to be from something I see in the comments a fair bit, and that's from people in the Arcane Labyrinth. Normally new people, when you first unlock hard mode, they have trouble beating Riz or just have trouble with the Labyrinth altogether. Now, and this also applies to the Voyage of Wonders and also the Peaks of Time, you can actually use mercenaries in there. So to use mercenaries, come over here, select a hero you would like to use as a mercenary. For instance, if you can find a friend with a decent Saurus, he's going to help out against the Riz boss, even though he is a wilder. He just does massive damage and healing. But definitely come over here, pick a mercenary. It can really help you out. If you're struggling with general progression in the Labyrinth early game, try and find a Chimera. You can always get on Discords and stuff like that, find some powerful friends. People are pretty nice in the community and will be happy to lend you. It costs them nothing to lend you out a hero that they have. So just get friendly with people. You'll find some friends with some decent heroes. Can really help you if you are struggling in that Labyrinth in the early game or when you first unlock that hard mode. So I think we're up to number 10, but I'll probably put one bonus one after this. But over here in the bounty board, I did not realize this until much later on in the game. Jumping over to my main account again to take a look at this one because I haven't refreshed it. But as you can see, the bounty board, you get drops and you can dispatch. Obviously, a lot of people just go dispatch all, but you can actually refresh the drops for 50 diamonds. Now, you can also autofill a couple of them. So these are 2 really good drops. And then you can hit refresh and it will refresh the remaining ones. And as you can see, this is going to give me some more diamonds. Now, keep in mind, this is a gamble when you do this. The only time I would recommend doing this is when we do have the double drops available for this. It's an event that happens from time to time where you're going to get double the rewards from these. And the other requirement is that you be level 8 or the max level of your bounty board to do this, because you really want to get those ascended and mythic ones. If you're still getting like rares and stuff, it ain't going to be too good because you're not going to get rewards that warrant the refresh. So basically have the double rewards event going and then also be level 8. That's when you can start refreshing it. And the refresh cost does not go up, so you can do as many times as you like, but just avoid it, because obviously once you start filling out a few of these, you're getting less chances at something good. But just something to note, and I do it. I normally do it like 3 to 4 times when the event is on to try and get some of those mythic to ascended rewards. But just a really nice one for getting some more things. And if the RNG is in your favor, kind of like this one, we spent 50 to get an extra 100 diamonds. Not too bad, but sometimes you will lose. So time for the bonus number 11 tip that I just thought of while I was making the video, and that is the Rickety cart. An error that some people may make is to upgrade the same hero twice. So for instance, if I had 2 legendary plus Pharrells, the second one does become relatively useless. So what I can do is, if I do have 2 of those legendary plus of an ascended tier hero, I can come over here to revert heroes and I can actually revert them back and get some fodder tickets and the original copies of that hero back. You do have to have 2 of them at legendary plus or higher to be able to do this, but it's handy if you're early game and you've made a mistake. Also, you can do this with Celestials Hypergeans, because once you do get them to ascended 5-star, which a lot of people are going to take ages to get there, you can actually replace the heroes, replace copies of Celestials and Hypergeans for other heroes, but that's way down the line. This is more used for the early game players who make mistakes to revert their legendary plus dupes. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Let me know if there was any of these that you didn't know. Any other things, random things that you found in the game that you guys find interesting that other people might not know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.